Okay guys, and I'm back with yet another exciting tutorial about IQ option. Now, right about now, I'm going to be answering one of the most asked question uh, by new traders who are just beginning on IQ option. The most asked question is IQ option a scam, or is IQ option safe, or is IQ option legit? Things like that. So you find that new traders, people who are just getting started into trading, they're just getting introduced into this world of online trading. So they kind of have some fears of uploading money on new systems like IQ option. So you find that they have some questions: won't they take my money? Will I be able to withdraw? After making, of course, profits, will I be even able to make profits, or it's just a scam? It's going to scam my money and run away, just like we've seen of recent, like some other online trading brokers that end up running away with people's money, or clients' money, or customer or traders' money, and they end up making a lot of losses. So one of the commonest questions asked by traders on IQ option, and mostly new traders on IQ option, is IQ option safe? Is IQ option a scam, or is IQ option legit? Okay, now right about now, I'm gonna be moving over some articles and also some resources about IQ option, reviews, what people are talking about IQ option. So number one, what you have to know, IQ option, of course, it's a well-known platform, a trading platform, online trading platform. So it's also an online trading broker that mostly deals in options, and it's well known for its binary options. It's actually almost the best platform for binary options in the whole world. Now, to answer your question whether IQ option is safe or not a scam, we shall go by steps. Now, step one, you will have to ask another question: how do I identify a broker, whether it is a scam or not? So how do I tell that this particular broker or this particular online trading platform is a scam or fake, or it's legit, so therefore I can try to trust it with my money? So things like that. So before even we get into whether IQ option is legit or scam, so you must review how to determine the answer to that question, and that's very important. So now, according to the Traders Union, the TU, experts recommend, of course, first looking at around 4 points before you can judge a broker to be scam or to be legit. So according to the experts, we have these 4 stages in which you can pass through to verify whether an online platform like IQ option is legit or a scam. And so therefore we're going to follow those 4 steps, and we see that does IQ option fit into those steps, and does it fulfill all the requirements or the prerequisites to make it a safe and legit online broker. So number one, let's talk about checking the broker's license and registration. So of course, before dealing with the broker, you will have to check its registration and licensing, things like that. So you have to check on the company website and try to know where the company is located, where it was registered, and its regulatory body. So first things first. So you can Google around and see what people are talking about IQ option platform. So this is what you have about IQ option. You can start investing with an instant access anytime, anywhere, and investing has never been easy, blah blah blah. You can invest as minimum deposit of $10, and of course a minimum investment of $1, and they also provide a demo account of 10,000 USDs. So according to the website, they kind of uh, give all the information that is needed for the customer to get started. So some privacy, actually I mean some transparency, is actually seen on the website, which is also good. Let's talk about the first point of the regulation and licensing of IT option. And the first thing you should know is to identify whether that online broker is a scam or what. You check their licensing. And licensing a broker is of course required to comply with certain laws and guidelines that are put in place by organizations like the FINRA or the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, in that particular location where it is registered. And if at all it is licensed, that means that they are supervised either by the local regulations or the international regulations, and they are much less to be a scam, because if you're regulated by a regulatory body in your local country, it means that there's no way you can be a scam. Otherwise, if you be a scam, you would be at risk losing your license. Now that's number one, checking on its licensing and its regulation. So you make sure you check on that and see. Number two, you can also check on, we said there are 4 points. Now we've covered one, licensing and registration. The second point is you read its customer reviews. If you have clients like the people, for example, the traders that are trading on IQ option, they normally have the charts, talk about the English chart, the Forex chart, things like. Okay, so next we had started with the next step being reading reviews that are, clients or customers or traders that are using the platform, that they have published about it. For example, whatever they're saying about it, reviews, stars, ratings, if at all they have better experiences investing with that platform, and they can allow you, you feel like you have all the information that they are telling you. So you compare all the reviews, the bad reviews and the positive reviews, and you conclude on its legitimacy. So but anyway, you can make sure to check on reviews from sites that have a very good reputation, like sites like the Traders Union, Binary Option for USA, things like that. So that's number two. Number three, you should consider the brokers' transparency, the way they are dissipating their information to the rest of the customers. If at all they are able to disclose the privacy policy, in a way that they can identify. Are they putting out all the information that you need to know before you invest with them? Do they have clear terms and conditions available for their customers? Is the pricing statements transparent? Do they share information about their licensing, the processes? And finally, you have to check on the data security measures. So online platforms, if you find that they do not have a clear background, it would be risky to invest with them. So make sure they have a clear background, and if at all, you can work with a very good broker like them. And of course, having a very good background would mean that they kind of have some legitimacy. They have started from somewhere. They have a following over time, and therefore they can be trusted with your money to invest. So now, another point that we would want to talk about, probably the last point. You said there are 4 points. We talked about registration and regulation. Number 2, we talked about the client review. Number 3, we talked about considering the broker's transparency, whether it's really putting out all the information that you need to invest with them. And number 4, finally, we are talking about you going ahead and looking for some experts knowledge or reviews or what experts are talking about this platform. So before you come on this IQ option, before creating an account and before going ahead to invest or depositing your money, make sure you've asked some experts out there in the market to make some reviews, or you read reviews made by experts outside in the market about that platform. And if at all they are recommending it, so it would be good you go for a platform that is being recommended by experts. So this is our last step, of course, the first process to determine whether a broker is legit or blah blah blah. So the professionals that I recommend, of course, it's from the traders union. I would recommend you to follow the expert advice from the traders union, and they of course have conducted extensive analysis and on very many platforms and brokers, so you can be armed with all the information you need to make a right decision once they have you've gotten in touch with them. So now that said, now after knowing that those are the 4 points that we have to pass through, or the 4 ways that we are going to subject to our IQ option here for review, and we see whether it is a scam or legitimate, and therefore we can make the final decision to either invest with it or not invest with it. Now for our step 1 about the licensing and registration, is IQ option licensed? Is it registered? Yes. The answer is yes. The good news is yes. IQ option, actually the parent company IQ option, it's a European limited. It's a European based company, and it is regulated by the Cyprus, of course, Cyprus SEC, or Cyprus Securities Exchange Commission. So as such, they fall under the jurisdiction of the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission, the CySEC. CySEC, it's normally written as CySEC, but you will find that it's the IQ option regulatory. Also, IQ option is actually licensed under the CySEC, and with its license number, it's very important to check on its license number, which is 247/14. So now that you know that it has a license number, and that means that they are legally permitted to offer investment and also actually some other financial services within the European Economic Area. So that one is very important to note, within the European Economic Area. Okay. Likewise, so they must comply with the laws and regulations for the CySEC in order to remain with the licensing they need. Okay. So, but as well, you know that IQ option also manages accounts that are outside Europe, and I think that's a disadvantage with it. For accounts that reside outside of this jurisdiction, from of course Europe, they are not licensed here. So they are not licensed in the outside world apart from Europe. So meaning that if you're out there and you're not in Europe, IQ option has no body regulating it outside Europe, but at least it has a body regulating it and licensing it back home in the location where it is registered. Okay, now let's go and see whether what people are talking about IQ option. That's number 2, the reviews, or the top 5 reviews or most reviewed reviews on IQ option. Now, they are actually generally neutral or even positive. Some people say the platform is good. Many investors like it. They are pleased with the functionality and technical analysis tools. Of course, the indicators that are provided, there are very many. So it's an easy to use platform. Generally, I myself have been using this platform for over 2 years. So it's an easy to use platform, both for beginners, intermediates, and also expert traders. So they offer like a wide range of options available, digital. They also offer binary, the traditional binary. So we find that it's kind of a well-to-do platform. So let's go ahead and look at another review, Waj. This review was by Waj on 9th 2020. Okay, now this is what Waj was saying. I've been trading the IQ option for only a couple of months. In the beginning, everything was not bad. I deposited a symbolic amount of $50 and traded at the minimums. As a result, I earned about $200 in a week. I decided to trade big. So I deposited $2,000 into the account, and here everything changed dramatically. So the terminal began to work with consistent interruptions. It froze every 2 hours. Sometimes I just stopped responding and I had to restart the computer. I wrote to customer support. They advised me to use a more powerful computer as a result. So during one of these freezes, I lost my entire deposit. The broker refused to explain this in any way. They said that there was a mistake but refused to refund my money. I think you can hear all the reviews, the positive and the negative reviews about IQ option. Next is Abdul72. This is February 2020. Comment: IQ option does not return money to traders. I applied for withdrawal of the funds that I earned. At first, my application was simply rejected. I contacted customer support. They told me that there was some kind of failure and I needed to send an application again. I made another application, but about 5 days passed. The personal account indicated that the money had gone through the account, but nothing was credited to my card. So I wrote to support again. First, they wrote all sorts of excuses, and you need to wait, blah blah blah, etc. Just like you know how they support customer. Anyways, so these are all reviews. It shows you that it has all reviews around around the globe, from the users and from the traders themselves. So that's about the reviews. You'll go ahead and search about more reviews and see how you can go ahead and review about what IQ option, what other people are talking about IQ option before you invest your money here. So step 3, let's look at its background and its transparency, the way it dispatches data to the customer, the way it gives you everything you need to know to start trading. So let's look at this. Now there are very many other 50 million registered users on IQ option. IQ option is actually very big, and of course these are users. They reside like across all the world, globally, in about 200 countries. And of course this number has been sustainably increasing since 2008, and they now process about I think 1M, I think it should be 1M USD per day. That's a daily processing amount, total daily processing amount for IQ option. So it's kind of some big amount. They have grown over time, like very fast, because I remember back in 2015 they had few numbers. Some brokers say that the platform is perfect for experts and beginners, and of course, yeah, that's correct. The platform is also good. Its features are good. They look just like everything is clean. Okay, yeah. So anyways, if you look at the background, if you go to their website, they kind of produce a show you very good background about IQ option. So you kind of get a picture that where it started from, how it has improved over time, just from 2015, from about 40 million users. These days are approaching is it 80 million users, and they are processing over 1 million USDs of float per day. That's very big. So within just a couple of months, years, from 2015 to 2021, they have really made a dramatic increase in everything. So let's talk about the last step. What are the experts talking about IQ option? So this is a great one. We wouldn't want to die. Okay, now we've done our research, we've read more extensively about IQ option, we've known what IQ option is, but last but not least, what are the traders talking about IQ option? The experts, the people who have been in the field for quite some time now. What are they talking about IQ option? I've just made a trade there. That's a +7. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. That's my simple method that I'm almost finishing, and I will be publishing it for free to you guys. So don't worry, just made a free 7% there. I can even make another one. So I will be publishing this uh, strategy. You can easily make about 5 to 10% per hour, and by the end of the day you'll be in hundreds of profits. So back to the main goal, our last fourth step, which is the review, IQ review by the experts. And in this case, the experts I'm talking about are the traders union experts. So what's the traders union opinion about the legitimacy of IQ option platform? Of course, according to, we have one of the experts here from the traders union. Is called Anthony Robertson. According to Anthony Robertson, who is actually apparently a traders union financial analyst, what is he saying? The expert's verdict is that IQ option is legitimate. So finally, they are accepting that IQ option is a legitimate company, and therefore it's not a scam. Should we continue? They are not a scam. On contrary, they consistently rank in the list of best brokers for online trading. So you cannot expect that the broker is a scam based on their positive blah 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 blah. But finally, we've now seen the expert review that IQ option is a legit platform, and therefore you can just trust it and continue investing with it. So for starters, IQ option trading platform is actually consistently ranked on top 10 for almost a couple of years, I think. According to the Traders Union Binary Brokers rating, it has been, ranking on top 10. So they rank well, they are placed well in the top 10, and that shows that they have a very good ranking, and most or least probably to be a scam, and you are ranked like that. It's not anywhere in this world. So therefore, as we've seen all the 4 steps, and lastly, we can therefore say that IQ option is just an online trading platform that is best known for its binary options. So if you're a binary option trader, I would recommend for you to go for IQ option. It's best known for its binary option, and it is well known and regulated by the Cyprus Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay, and of course, not only option, it actually offers a range of other variety competitive, services. It is regulated, it is transparent, and it has some positive reviews, and therefore it had also been independently reviewed by the just like we said, by the experts, external auditors, the experts, and they have also confirmed that IQ option is not a scam, and therefore I can now confirm that IQ option is not a scam. You can go ahead and invest with IQ option. Good luck with IQ option. Invest with IQ option, and probably you will be making profits just like I'm doing. But don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can like the video. I will be publishing this method that I've just made here, making just like a 7% in just a couple of hours. You can be making like a 5 to 10% in just a couple of hours. So by the end of the day, you'll be around in 100 something percent. I won't promise you thousands of profits. I'm not a scam too. I'm real. I'll be giving you profits that can be achievable. I won't promise big things that cannot be achievable. That's being a scam. I'm real. I produce real work. So that's why you'll be surprised my profits are not that big. But if you're a daily trader and you persist on, you can end up making like 100% a day, or if it fails, around 50% a day. If you tally it on a monthly basis, you will be well good to go, about 500%. So that's enough for you. That's all for the video today. You can like the video, subscribe to the channel, and wait for the new upcoming strategy that you would enjoy. This is free. I will be putting the strategy for free out there. So So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.